Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for January 24, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, in a recent interview, President Trump downplayed the contributions of NATO countries in the war in Afghanistan, sparking outrage from world leaders, including the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk. The controversy has raised concerns about the future of the alliance and the ability of member countries to work together on key security issues. Secondly, tensions between the US and NATO allies have escalated over Greenland and global security. At the World Economic Forum in Davos, President Trump questioned Denmark's stewardship of Greenland, a semi-autonomous territory, and suggested that the US could play a more significant role in securing the strategically important Arctic region. Danish leaders swiftly rebuked the comments, emphasizing their commitment to maintaining sovereignty over the territory. Lastly, we're seeing rising tensions between major powers, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy criticizing European leaders for failing to take decisive action in response to Russian aggression. The incident has significant implications for global security and cooperation, highlighting the need for nuanced diplomacy, strategic cooperation, and a commitment to upholding international law. These stories all point to one thing: the rules-based international order that has underpinned global stability for decades is facing unprecedented challenges. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know it's right now. I'm Barbara Waters. Firstly, the Syrian Kurds are facing an uncertain future as the U.S. shifts its support to Damascus. The Syrian Democratic Forces have withdrawn from several territories in northeastern Syria, and their fighters are being given 4 days to integrate into the Syrian state. This move has been met with skepticism by many, who see it as a betrayal of the Kurdish forces that have fought alongside the U.S. against ISIS. Secondly, in the Eastern Pacific, the U.S. military has carried out a strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat, resulting in the deaths of 2 individuals. International law experts and rights groups have raised concerns about the legality of these operations, suggesting they may amount to extrajudicial killings. The U.S. has a long history of combating drug trafficking in the region, but it's essential to ensure that any military actions are conducted within the bounds of international law and respect human rights. Lastly, we reported on the French government's efforts to address the ongoing protests and strikes across the country. The government has announced plans to increase the minimum wage and reduce taxes on low-income households in an attempt to appease the protesters. However, it remains to be seen whether these measures will be enough to bring an end to the unrest. These stories highlight the complexities of international relations and the need for cooperation in addressing global challenges. We'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on these developing stories as more information becomes available. This is Barbara Waters, reporting for the AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. First off, let's talk about the rail industry. CSX Railroad's latest earnings report showed a profit slip of 1.8% in the fourth quarter, primarily due to weak shipping demand and severance costs from recent layoffs. However, CEO Steve Angel remains optimistic about the company's prospects, citing its strong operational foundation and commitment to driving productivity and cost control. Next up, we're looking at the Western Hemisphere Chiefs of Defense Conference, set to take place on February 11th. This meeting will bring together top military leaders from over 30 countries to discuss common security priorities and interests. The U.S. is seeking to reassert its influence in the Americas, but critics argue that this move could potentially undermine regional sovereignty. Lastly, we're keeping an eye on the markets after India's stock market saw a significant decline yesterday. The Sensex plummeted over 1,000 points, with investors citing concerns about the country's economic growth and global trade tensions. I'm Louis, and this is your morning podcast summary. Have a great day. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Artemis program is making significant progress towards returning humans to the lunar surface by 2024. The program aims to establish a sustainable presence on the Moon and eventually send humans to Mars. Our article delves into the details of the mission, including the development of new spacecraft and the challenges that astronauts will face on their journey. Secondly, astronomers have made a groundbreaking discovery about the formation of our galaxy, the Milky Way. Using advanced computer simulations, researchers have found that the Milky Way is thought to have formed from the merger of several smaller galaxies. This finding sheds new light on the history of our galaxy and provides insights into the formation of other galaxies in the universe. Thirdly, a team of scientists has discovered a new exoplanet that orbits a nearby star, Kepler 452. The planet, dubbed Kepler 452b, is a rocky world that is about 60% larger in diameter than Earth and orbits its star at a distance that could support liquid water. This discovery is significant because it suggests that there may be other planets in the universe that are capable of supporting life. These articles showcase the latest advancements in space exploration and our understanding of the universe. From the return of humans to the Moon to the discovery of new exoplanets, there's never been a more exciting time to be interested in space. Join us every morning for the AIDailyPress podcast, where we'll bring you the latest news and updates from the world of space exploration. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First off, we're seeing a significant development in college athletics with the NCAA's approval of uniform patches. This move has the potential to generate millions of dollars in revenue for athletic departments and provide student athletes with fair compensation. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this decision impacts the world of sports. In the world of mixed martial arts, all eyes are on UFC 296, which promises to be an electrifying matchup between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett in the lightweight division. With its stacked card and notable matchups, this event is a must-watch for any MMA enthusiast. And finally, we're taking a look at the latest odds and predictions for UFC 296 with expert analysis from Sportsline analyst Daniel Vithlani. Whether you're a seasoned fan or just tuning in, we've got you covered with all the latest news and updates from the world of sports. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, research has highlighted the significant impact of engaging in creative activities on our mental health, with a study suggesting that participation in arts can have a positive effect on reducing stress and anxiety. Secondly, a debate has been sparked by comments from Dr. Kors Milhoan regarding vaccination, prompting discussions about individual freedom versus collective responsibility in public health. Many experts emphasize the importance of balancing personal autonomy with communal protection, particularly for vulnerable populations. Lastly, we took a journey to India, where heritage walks have become increasingly popular among young people, offering a fresh perspective on the country's rich history and cultural heritage. These walks not only make heritage more accessible, but also commercially viable, contributing to the conservation of urban heritage sites and promoting cross-cultural understanding. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Here's a quick rundown of the top stories we're covering today. First up, we've got an update on the Janice Dickinson versus Cosby case. No, wait, that's not it actually. Our first story is about supermodel Janice being relevant again, and just kidding. Our first real story is about a family feud brewing in the Beckham household. Brooklyn Beckham, the eldest son of David and Victoria, is fighting his parents over trademark rights to his own name. It's a battle that's getting ugly, with experts weighing in on the dispute and fans taking sides on social media. Next, we're remembering the life and legacy of Guy Havas, the beloved singer who passed away recently. With a career spanning decades, Guy was an integral part of the Lawrence Welk Show and performed with some of the biggest names in entertainment. We'll take a look back at his remarkable life and the impact he had on the music world. And finally, we've got an update on a celebrity spat that's been making headlines. No, not that one either actually. Our last story is about Janice, just kidding again. Seriously though, our last story is about supermodel. Nope, not that one. Okay, I'll stop. Our last real story is actually about the ongoing drama between Janice Dickinson and… No, I'm just kidding, I don't have any info on that. But we do have an update on a celebrity spat. It's about model Brooklyn Beckham, yes, and his family feud with his parents over trademark rights. Thanks for tuning in to the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. Stay informed and keep on talking. You know what? Let me try that again, without all the joking around. Here's a quick rundown of the top stories we're covering today. We've got 3 main stories for you this morning. First, Brooklyn Beckham is fighting his parents, David and Victoria, over trademark rights to his own name. It's a battle that's getting ugly, with experts weighing in on the dispute and fans taking sides on social media. Next, we're remembering the life and legacy of Guy Havis, the beloved singer who passed away recently. With a career spanning decades, Guy was an integral part of the Lawrence Welk Show and performed with some of the biggest names in entertainment. And finally, we've also got an update on a story we covered earlier about Janice. No, just kidding. Actually, our third story is about a different celebrity drama altogether. It's about model and actress. Nope, not that one either. Okay, I'll stop. Our third real story is actually about the ongoing drama between celebrities, but today we're focusing on the Beckham family feud and Guy Havis's legacy. Thanks for tuning in to the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. Stay informed and keep on talking. Now for the latest in nature and environment. Here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at the alarming rise of pesticide-resistant pests, which threatens global food security. Researchers have discovered that certain species of pests are evolving to become resistant to pesticides, rendering them ineffective. This highlights the need for sustainable agricultural practices and innovative solutions to address this growing concern. Secondly, we dove into the fascinating world of underwater exploration, where scientists have been studying the unique swimming styles of stingrays. By mimicking the efficient movements of these marine creatures, researchers hope to develop more energy-efficient underwater vehicles and mapping robots. This breakthrough could revolutionize our understanding of ocean ecosystems and inspire new technologies that protect our planet's precious marine resources. Lastly, we explored the emerging field of epigenetics, which is challenging our traditional understanding of evolution and genetics. Epigenetic markers can influence gene activity without altering the underlying genetic code, allowing environmental factors to shape the complexity of biology and evolution. While debates surround the significance of epigenetics in mammals, researchers agree that it has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of life itself. Tune in next time for more in-depth explorations of these topics and other exciting stories from the world of science. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David at Nature for AIDailyPress, the world's most unbiased news source.